Good afternoon everyone. Today in the daily news analysis of the next IAS, we are going to discuss important topics from the Hindu as well as the Indian Express from the perspective of UPSC Prelims as well as the mains examination. So let's start with the important topics. The 5 important topics which we have taken for the discussion today are regarding the Shirui Lily Festival, flower festival in the state of Manipur which was conducted recently. Second is about the conservation efforts of the Gangetic dolphin and threats to its conservation because of the certain chemicals found in the Ganga river. Then demise of Jayant Naralikar, famous astrophysicist, and his contribution in the field of astrophysics as well as the application of the scientific research in India. Then the recently found Guttala inscription in Karnataka and its historical as well as the socio-cultural significance. And the last one is about the India's new normal, that is the response by the India in terms of Operation Sindoor to the Pahalgam terror attack by the Pakistan. So let's start with this particular Shirui Lily Festival. Basically, this Shirui Lily Festival has been conducted in the Ukhrul district of the northeast part of the Manipur. This particular district is home to the Shirui Lily, which is the state flower of the Manipur, and also majority population of this district is by Tongkul Naga population. This particular festival coincides with the blooming season of this endemic and rare flower, and this conducted after the gap of 2 years in the context of conflict between the Metis as well as the Kuki community. So this particular flower, which is also called as the Lilium McKinley, is a rare and enchanting pinkish white color flower exclusively found in the Shirui hills of the Ukhrul district of the Manipur. This particular flower has been named after the Jean Maclean, who was the wife of botanist Dr. Frank Kingdom Ward, who has first spotted this flower in 1946. Basically, when it comes to the features of this flower plant, it grows about 1 feet tall, and lily's bell-shaped blossoms create a stunning spectacle during its flowering season, which spans from April to June. This particular festival was important because it was conducted after the gap of 2 years in the context of bitter conflict between the Metis as well as Metis and Kuki communities. Basically, this is the first time in which members of Metis community from the valley are traveling to the Ukhrul district through the Kuki dominated areas. So this will be a new beginning of the progress of peace in the Manipur state. At the same time, we must remember that there have been multiple important festivals in the northeast which have been sometimes or frequently asked in the UPSC in terms of MCQ prelims, UPSC prelims. The first and foremost is about the Bihu festival, which is being celebrated in Assam on very large scale. It is the state festival of Assam, and it symbolizes the Assamese identity. There are different types of this festival, that is Rongoli Bihu, Kongali Bihu, Bhogali Bihu, which is being celebrated in the different times across the year. Bihu dance, dhol and traditional games are played in this particular festival. The second important festival from the northeast is about the Hornbill festival, which is celebrated in December month in the Kisama heritage village of the Nagaland. And this particular festival is significance in the perspective that it tries to integrate various 16 tribes or sub-tribes of the Naga community, in which traditional dances, food, headgears and archery festivals are being celebrated. So it is also called as the festival of festivals in the context of Nagaland for promoting inter-tribal unity. The next important festival in northeast is about the Wangala festival, which is celebrated in Meghalaya by Garo tribe. Basically, this is a post-harvest festival which is dedicated to the sun god, that is Saljong, and in which various drums are assembled and they are played. This particular festival is significant from the perspective that it has played a significant role in preservation of Garo tribe heritage, music and rituals. Now the next important festival, that is Chapchar Kut of Mizoram. This particular festival is celebrated in the March, and this festival is famous for its bamboo dance, and also it is significant from the perspective that it is the largest festival of the Mizos in entire year. Now let's go to the next important festival of the northeast, that is Sangai festival of Manipur. Basically this Sangai deer, which is also the state animal of the Manipur, is found in the Kaibul Lamjao National Park, and this is a critically endangered species. This particular festival is important from the perspective of promotion as well as the preservation of culture, ecotourism and handicrafts. This venue of this particular festival is the Loktak Lake area in Imphal. On the occasion of this particular festival, Manipuri dances are played, martial arts like Thangta or competitions are being conducted. So this is very important festival of the Manipur. At the same time, let's go to the next festival, that is Losar of Arunachal Pradesh. Basically, this particular festival celebrates the Tibetan New Year, and it is basically celebrated in the Tawang as well as the West Kameng districts of the Arunachal Pradesh. The relevance of this, cultural relevance of this particular festival lies in the fact that it highlights the cultural or historical ties between Indian Buddhism as well as the Tibetan Buddhism and their century-long association over the period. There is an MCQ, please solve this MCQ. Then let's go to the next topic of the day, that is chemicals in the Ganga which are posing threat to the India's endangered river dolphin, that is the Gangetic dolphin. So the context is, recently the study conducted by the Wildlife Institute of India has found that freshwater mammals in the Gangetic river are being exposed to the cocktail of endocrine disrupting chemicals through their diet. So because of this hazardous chemical and cocktail of endocrine disrupting chemicals, there have been a unprecedented threat to the Gangetic dolphin as well as the other mammals in the river. So what are the key highlights of the study? The first and foremost is about the contaminants exposure because of the chemicals. See, the Gangetic dolphins which are inhabiting this Gangetic river, Ganga river and its tributaries are ingesting these EDCs, that is endocrine disrupting chemicals, on a large scale, such as phthalates, biophenols and other POPs, persistent organic pollutants. These chemicals are basically entering into aquatic ecosystem mainly through the discharge of the untreated sewage as well as the agricultural runoff. Now the second is about the endocrine disruption. Basically these endocrine disrupting chemicals are interfering with the hormonal system of the dolphins and potentially causing their difficulties in reproductive as well as the developmental disorders, also hampering their immune system, which is leading to the deaths of the Gangetic dolphin. Next threat is about the bioaccumulation. Basically these toxins, that is EDCs, are bioaccumulating in nature and with fish and other aquatic organisms which are being preyed upon by the dolphins, Gangetic dolphins, they are entering into the ecosystem or food chain of the Gangetic dolphin. Now what are the conservation issues? Because of the endorphin disrupting substances or chemicals, there is a critical threat to the dolphin conservation efforts which has been done through the National Mission of Clean Ganga as well as the Project Dolphin. Already this Gangetic dolphin is an endangered species and having fragile population. So let's come to the various types of dolphin found in India. The first and foremost is the river dolphin, which is found in Gangetic river and its tributaries. It is also called as the Susu. Its IUCN status is endangered. The other river dolphin found in India is about the Indus river dolphin, which is basically found in the Bias river of the Punjab as well as the Indus river, which is Indus river stretch in the Pakistan. Its IUCN status is also endangered. Then Marine dolphins, basically these are the bottlenose, spinner or humpback dolphins. They are found upon the Indian coast of Arabian Sea as well as the Bay of Bengal. Their IUCN status is least concern. One thing I must note here that Irrawaddy dolphins are which are found in the Chilka Lake are not river dolphins. They are basically marine dolphins. So let's go into some details of the Gangetic dolphin, which is also the national aquatic animal of India. Basically, when it comes to Gangetic dolphin, it is one of the 5 species of the river dolphins found all over the world. The other 4 river dolphins are found in Amazon, Indus, Irrawaddy and Yangtze river. Now, when it comes to the physical characteristics of the Gangetic dolphin, they are having very long, thin snouts, rounded belly and stocky body. They are also having flippers for maneuvering, slit-like blowhole on the head for breathing. Their color is basically chocolate brown skin, and adults are basically grey brown in color, smooth with hairless skin. When it comes to biological traits, they are only freshwater species, river dolphins. They are essentially blind. They do not have any functional lens. They use ultrasonic echolation to locate their prey as well as going for movement purposes, and every 30 to 120 seconds they come to surface for breathing. So since they are the mammal, they cannot breathe underwater. In locally called as the susu because of the sounds they make while breathing. When it comes to behavior as well as the social structure of the Gangetic dolphin, they are mostly solitary in nature, or sometimes they are found in the small groups. Their most common grouping is of mother and the calf. They often swim on the one side of the river to trail the muddy bottom with their flipper, and they have generally exhibited the seasonal movement pattern, in which when the water level rises in rainy season, they move upstream, and during the high water they enter the smaller streams. When it comes to reproductive habits, they generally give birth to once in a 2 to 3 years, and single calf is being born per birth. When it comes to distribution of the Gangetic dolphin in India, they are found in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Jharkhand as well as the Madhya Pradesh. And the prominent rivers in which these dolphins are found are Ganga, Yamuna, Chambal, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi, Brahmaputra and Son. Please remember these names of this state as well as these rivers, which can be asked in UPSC Prelims. This particular image displays the river stretches in which the Gangetic dolphins are being found. Now, the significance of the Gangetic dolphin. The most important significance from environmental perspective is that they act as a bioindicator, which indicate the healthy river ecosystem. Also, they are the apex predator of the freshwater system, thus maintain the aquatic ecological balance. Now, the conservation status of the Gangetic dolphin, they are included in the IUCN Red List because they are in endangered category. When it comes to CITES, Convention on the International Trade, they are included in the Appendix 1. Convention on Migratory Species, Bonn Convention, they are included in the Appendix 1, and in case of Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972, they are included in the Schedule 1. Now, let's go to the government programs and conservation efforts with reference to the Gangetic dolphin. The first and foremost is the Project Dolphin, which was launched in 2020 by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The basic objective or purpose of this particular Project Dolphin is to conserve both marine as well as the riverine dolphins along with associated cetaceans through habitat protection, scientific research and community awareness initiatives. Next is National Mission for the Clean Ganga. This particular National Mission for Clean Ganga also includes the component of dolphin conservation as well as a part of biodiversity conservation component under the Namami Gange program. Now, government or environment ministry has also declared certain biodiversity hotspot which are identified by the Wildlife Institute of India, such as Devprayag to Rishikesh stretch, Magdampur to Narora stretch, from the perspective of conservation of the Gangetic dolphin. few years ago, government also conducted the dolphin census in Vikramshila Gangetic Dolphin Sanctuary, which was conducted with the help of acoustic monitoring and visual sighting. Now, government has also established Aquatic Biodiversity Center in 2016 in Patna, which predominantly focuses on Gangetic dolphin research and their rescue. Also, government as well as the forest department of the states have initiated various community based conservation programs, which involves active participation by the local fishermen as well as the boatmen in dolphin protection. Now, important protected areas for the Gangetic dolphin. The first and foremost is Vikramshila Gangetic Dolphin Sanctuary, which is there in the Bhagalpur district of the Bihar, and it includes almost 60 km long stretch of the Ganga river in Bihar. Then National Chambal Sanctuary, which is there in the Chambal river in the MP, UP. It also designated as the protected area for the dolphins. Then Assam Dolphin Reserve, it is the first dolphin reserve in India, located at the Guijan Saikova stretch of the Brahmaputra in Assam. So these are the important protected areas of the Gangetic dolphin. Now let's go to the next topic, that is the sad demise of renowned astrophysicist Mr. Jayant Naralikar. Basically, Jayant Naralikar was the famous Indian astrophysicist who had put forward the steady state hypothesis of the universe in 1960s. He was a Cambridge University PhD student, and while studying there, he has proposed this theory along with his guide, that is Fred Hoyle, in contrast to the Big Bang theory, which is there for the origin of the universe. So let's start with this topic. Basically, this steady state theory that has been proposed by the Hoyle and Naralikar, it states that cosmos or universe is a timeless and matter creation in the cosmos or universe is a continuous process. Unlike the Big Bang theory, which says that universe was created 13.7 billion years ago in a single instance, and it is continuously expanding. So this particular theory suggests that universe do not have a definite beginning. It has always been there and it will remain so. Unlike the Big Bang theory, which suggests that universe had a particular beginning and possibly an end also. Possibly an end, unlike the steady state theory. It acknowledged in latter year it acknowledged the expanding universe, but proposed that steady state theory proposed that the constant density of the matter in universe has always remained constant. Basically, this particular theory, which was proposed by Fred Hoyle and Jayant Naralikar, was in response to the prominent criticisms or shortcomings of the Big Bang theory. The first and foremost was whether the matter and energy produced in that instant came from or happened before that in case of the Big Bang event. Also, the Big Bang theory also states that all the matter and energy in the universe were created in a single instant, but all the subsequent events are only transformation of this pre-existing matter and energy. So, in the course of the proposing this particular steady state theory, Jayant Naralikar as well as Fred Hoyle has also done certain modifications in the Einstein's general theory of relativity. As per the general theory of relativity, gravity arises out of the local curvature of the space-time caused by heavy objects. But at the same time, Hoyle and Naralikar proposed that gravity at any location in the universe could also be affected by the far away objects. Okay, in a way, all the matters everywhere in the universe contribute to the gravity at any given place. Another contributions for this applied science and technology by Mr. Jayant Naralikar was the founding of Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, that is IUCA in Pune, which has led to the increase in the scientific temperament, as well as many scientists have been passed out from this brilliant institution. But regarding the challenges or shortcomings of the steady state theory, first and foremost was the discovery of the cosmic microwave background radiation. This particular microwave radiation that fills the universe was produced during the Big Bang, and it has remained there after that also. Observations including the evidence to show that galaxies evolve. In recent times, there have been observations which shows that galaxies evolved and distant galaxies are younger and more chaotic, which supports the expanding universe hypothesis. Now, the important and prominent differences between the Big Bang theory and steady state theory. The first and foremost is Big Bang theory says that universe began from single or extremely hot and dense point, that is the singularity. But in case of the steady state theory, universe has no beginning or end, it has always been existed. When it comes to matter or creation or presence of matter, Big Bang theory states that all the matter was created in that initial explosion of the Big Bang. But in case of steady state theory, the new matter is always being continuously created as the universe expands. When it comes to point of expansion of universe, as per the Big Bang theory, universe has been always expanding from the original specific point. But as per the steady state theory that is being produced by the Jayant Naralikar, universe is always expanding, and its overall density has remaining constant since time immemorial. When it comes to the state of universe over time, as per the Big Bang theory, universe evolves over time. It means that there has been a continuous changes in temperature, density, structure of the universe. And as per the steady state theory, universe looks same at all the times. That is perfect cosmological principle, which means that there has been no changes in the temperature, density and structure of the universe. When it comes to cosmic microwave background radiation, as per the Big Bang theories, these cosmic microwave background radiations are the leftover radiations from the hot early universe when it was being produced 13.7 billion years ago. But at the same time, steady state theory proposed by Naralikar has failed to explain the origin as well as the existence of this cosmic microwave background. This Big Bang theory has always been able to explain the abundance of hydrogen, helium and lithium in the universe, but at the same time this steady state theory has always struggled to explain the abundance of these particular elements. So this was in detail about the difference between Big Bang theory and steady state theory proposed by the Naralikar. The other achievements of Mr. Naralikar include participation in the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, which he led the theoretical astrophysics groups, also established IUCA Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, which has promoted the high quality research and collaboration among the different scholars of the different universities in India. Also, he was appointed as a chairperson of committee to redesign textbooks in science and mathematics by NCERT. So, this was about the Jayant Naralikar. Now, let's go to the Guttala inscription. Basically, recently, Archaeological Survey of India team has discovered one inscription in Chandrasekhara temple at Guttala in Haveri district of the Karnataka. This inscription, which has been recently found, holds a significance or tremendous significance from the perspective of medieval history as well as the art and culture. This particular inscription, Guttala inscription, is drought inscription, which depicts the death of more than 6,300 people due to the severe drought in the area at that particular time. This particular inscription is in Kannada, and also it mentions the date of this inscription. The important features of this inscription is the first known inscription in India to document large-scale humanitarian crisis or disaster in terms of drought. It is also accompanied by the sculpture of a man carrying multiple bodies of the dead in basket. Also, it reflects the rare depiction of social sufferings and public response to uh, such tragedies over the time. Also, the text which is being inscribed in the stone slabs notes that the bodies were buried after paying obeisance to the god Basveshwar, which reflects the religious rituals or ritual practices prevalent at that time. Now, what is the historical significance of this particular inscription? The first and foremost is about it gives us clear insight into the 16th century's climatic disasters and community as well as the administrative responses at that time. It deepens our understanding of historical impact of the natural calamities on the erstwhile kingdoms and population. It gives insights into the administrative actions and demographic changes happened as a result of such severe droughts. It reflects, gives us insight into the socio-economic conditions that were prevalent at that time. It is a rare nature inscription because it explicitly mentions the human toll of the drought. It is from the applied perspectives, it useful for reconstructing the historical climatic patterns. Also reflects the influence of Lingayat philosophy, that is Mahatma Basveshwar, on the public life at that time. It enhances our understanding of non-royal epigraphic records. Basically, most of the epigraphs or inscriptions of that particular period were related to the various kings, their coronation ceremonies or their victories in different war. This is very different one in the fact that it is clearly mentions the drought and its impact on the social life of the people at that time. The last article is about the India's new normal in Indo-Pak relation. This article basically covers India's response in terms of Operation Sindoor after the barbaric terrorist attack in the Pahalgam. Basically, this article highlights the new doctrine adopted by India in dealing with the terrorism that has been sponsored by the Pakistan in recent times. When it comes to Indo-Pakistan relations and the strategy of the Pakistan of bleeding India to the 1,000 cuts, traditional response basically before few decades ago, the India's traditional response was relied upon halting the dialogue that has been going on, suspending the people-to-people contacts, as well as trying to sensitize the international community to Pakistan's use of terrorism as an instrument of state policy. Also, at that time, influential countries of the West paid little heed to the India's troubles and pleas and preferred to deal with Pakistan for their own strategic benefits. At the same time, Pakistan has effectively used its nuclear rhetoric in the past to deter India from taking any effective action against the terrorist attack that have been conducted. As a result of which, India has always shown restraint in the past. But at the same time, there have been clear changes in the India's strategy to or India's response to the terrorist attack after the surgical strikes in Puri in 2016. Now let's come to the Pahalgam attack. It was a new normal after the Pahalgam attack. Basically, after the this Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister message of new normal in India-Pakistan relations has been evolving for a while, but now this particular doctrine has been crystallized and enunciated in the following ways. The first and foremost is no terrorist act in India will go unpunished by Pakistan. There will be a cost for Pakistan for each and every lives it is trying to take through the mean of terrorism in Kashmir as well as the other parts of India. It will have to bear the consequences. Second, decoupling from the Pakistan's nuclear blackmail. Pakistan in the past has always used its nuclear rhetoric to deter India as well as the international community for acting effectively against the various terrorist acts that have been conducted by the Pakistan. But as our Prime Minister recently mentioned that India will not pay any hit to the nuclear buff that has been conducted by the Pakistan in the past. The third important component of this doctrine is no distinction between the state and no state actors. In the past, Pakistan, to justify its acts of terror, has utilized the reason or alibi that although there have been terrorist acts in the Kashmir, they have been initiated by the non-state actors, and Pakistani military as well as the Pakistan state has no role to play in this. So, India, as per our new component of this doctrine, India will not distinguish between any state and non-state actor when it comes to terrorist attack in India. The next is about the end of burden of proof diplomacy. India will not gather or furnish any evidence of terrorist attack in India to Pakistan or international community. So the burden of proof will not lie with India and its government. Next component of this doctrine is about the change in the war fighting strategy. It is to be conducted through the enhanced intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities, precisional weaponry that will allow precise targeting with minimal or minimized collateral damage. The basic point behind this is that India will target only the terrorist infrastructure and it will not go for any civilian damage against the war ethics principles. Now, the next component of this particular doctrine is India's war against terrorism is its own. That is, we need to depend upon ourselves to defeat these crowds of the terrorism, and India will not depend on any support from outside or any global situation which will vary as per the global dynamics, geopolitical dynamics prevalent in particular time. When it comes to trade and water sharing, India's cooperation on the matters of water sharing and trade will be subject to the Pakistan abjuring terrorism. As mentioned by our Prime Minister, water and blood cannot flow together. So, India's response in case of trade and water sharing through Indus Water Treaty will depend upon the Pakistan's behavior in the in terms of terrorism support. There have been the conclusion basically, the enunciation of the new normal strategy indicates the paradigm shift in the India, how India deals with the terrorism and its message to both Pakistan as well as the world. India will not compromise on its unity and security, territorial integrity, and will respond to terrorism as it deems fit with or without global support. Thank you.